What's going on, guys? It's Joe with Strictly Commerce. Inside of today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of reverse sourcing, trying to find profitable products that we can find off of other sellers and purchase online arbitrage to resell on Amazon.com utilizing FBA.
This is amazing. Amazon FBA, behind the scenes. This is the business. Right here in the grid. Fuck it.
So inside of this video, we're going to be doing reverse sourcing, which is the fastest method to find online arbitrage items for you to sell on Amazon FBA in 2023. With this method, we're going to be scraping through other sellers and what they're actually selling in order to find other products that we could purchase ourselves and resell on Amazon.com. Within this model, we're looking for items that we could purchase on big box retailers like Walmart, Sam's Club, Target, Wayfair, stuff like that. Basically, online retailers, not B2B wholesalers. And the way we find them is by going through other sellers and seeing what items that they actually sell, and then we can go off of their listings to find our own items that then we can purchase and then resell ourselves on Amazon. A quick disclaimer is that when you're purchasing items and doing the reverse sourcing method, you technically are like a week or two late to the party at minimum, because basically anybody that you're competing against already has their items inside of FBA and is already selling. So the chances of you actually making profit on the flip are a little bit lower compared to them, because they're in faster and obviously they have a better chance of hitting it before the price tanks. But this method can be really good because it'll put you in front of a lot of different items that you can actually purchase. And we're going to be doing this completely raw from start to finish. So I'm actually starting directly on Amazon, and then we're going to find items that we could reverse source off of and find items, then find other sellers and then go through their items. So this is like complete from the ground up reverse sourcing, and we're going to jump inside my computer and get to it. So now that we're inside my computer, in order to do this reverse source, we have to find an original product to then go through the sellers on that listing. So what I like to do for this is kind of picking and like cheating a little bit by basically finding like a retailer specific private label product. So for example, Walmart has private label brands. So we know that anybody that's selling those brands is buying them from Walmart. So they're most likely an OA seller, and nobody's really buying those wholesale. So if we do something simple, like we type in Spring Valley, we know that that's a private label brand by Walmart, and anything on here is most likely going to be an OA seller. So off the top here, what we have are these bundles which people created. So those are like those guys we can't really mess with because those are going to have one seller, but the rest of these we can. So we'll open up this one. I see there's 7 sellers on this one, so we'll open this up. And maybe one more just to get the search started, but most likely we won't even get through all the sellers just on this listing. Now that we have that opened up, I'm just going to prove my theory to you. If you click this, you're going to be able to see that we can buy this item on Walmart, and pretty much Walmart specifically. The price not be great. Okay, so it's out of stock, but it does pay out much more than $12. So this is a good item and like would make $8 profit off the bat. But now the sauce here is that we're going to go inside the sellers that are on this listing that are already selling this item, knowing that they buy it from Walmart. And we're going to look through what they're selling in order to find more of our own listings and be able to see what we can source. So for this method, I like to go for lower size sellers. I like to find sellers that have less ratings, just because I think in my theory, they tend to have with less reviews, they tend to watch their items more. Although they have a better chance of making bad buys, a lot of them will be OA. So you won't be sorting through a big seller who has a couple OA items and then a ton of wholesale, because that's not really going to work here. So this guy with 23 ratings is pretty good. I'm just going to move this over so they all go to the right spot. And we'll open up 1 or 2 more. This guy's got 31, so that's pretty good. And we'll start here. So now we're just going to open up their storefront and then go through the other items that they're selling. So their top selling item was that first item that we were on. But there's a ton of other stuff that we could actually purchase. And like right off the rip, I've seen a lot of these items and I know they are decent. So we should be in a pretty good space. But we'll see how this goes so far. So all we're really going to do is open these up in new tabs, just that way we're not clicking back and forth all the time. And then now that we have this listing up, we're going to see where can we find this on Google and for what price point, and can we make money on it. So this is a Walmart bundle for 32. Divided by 2. I don't think that's going to be good. Yeah, no. Oh, here it is. So this is the 600 milligram 300 count. This is 170 tablets. This is 300, so it's more. Is it the same amount of milligrams? Let's see. Let's look through the reviews to see if this is the same item. Does not look like this is not the same thing. Oh, yeah, see, look, it's not the right item. Just go look through some more, see if we can find this one. I never really tried to buy things through Instacart, although I think you probably could make money. It makes me a little bit nervous that how this works. So also this is a 40 count, so that's no good. That's the 160. Oh, here we go. This is 200 tablets, 1,000 milligram. So it doesn't say the milligrams, so we're just going to move on from here just because I can't match it right. We got this. So this is a bundle of 4. There's no way we're going to be able to get this for that cheap. 179. It's 4 of them. It's 1 bar for 179. We're going to move on right off the rip. I know we can't get that cheap. This Keels. Now we're going to search through this. 5.92 ounce, 16.9 ounce now. Wow, this is $49.50 a bottle. It's an expensive soap. $34, 30 payout. Moving on. Another Keels bottle, another 16.9 ounce, 7 ounce. 32, 38, 51. Let's just check out shopping. Another tip here is always check out Google Shopping to see what you can find. But it does not look like this is something that we could really make money off of. I mean, this is 27. It's probably the wrong size. Yep, wrong size, so we'll move on here. Now, I know we've sold this before, so this could be a viable item, but I'm going to assume that the price tanked because it's so late, but you never know. Yeah, $24, $11.99 on Walgreens. There's no margin left in this, and you can see, look, the price has gone so far down. It's up right now, but it's suppressed now, so you're going to have to sell at the lowest price. This isn't really viable. We're just going to move on and go back, see if we can find some more stuff. I won't really rule out a seller until we've gone through like a page or two of their stuff, although off of here so far, I'm not really liking the seller because it looks like they have a lot of stuff that we're like too late on. But now we're through page 1, so we'll check all these out. So now that we have these opened up, we're going to see if we can find this biotin gel. We need to get 3 of them for under 20 bucks, and that's where our margin is. 6 times 3 is 18, and it's more than 6, so I don't like this off the bat. It's 7 bucks on Walmart, usually up $6.72. Just to run the math, I know this is not going to be good. 40 cents, 2% ROI, and we move on. Now in here we have some more Keels. Keels has not been so great, but let's see. 18. Oh, look, there we go. So this is the antiperspirant and deodorant cream, 2.5 ounce. You can buy this directly on Keels. Plus, you can get a 25% off code, $18.75 per bottle. This is $18.75. And just to kind of prove further, because some of you guys have commented this before, yes, I know that you have to delete the ref to get the actual listing. However, when RevSeller populates the sale price, it's going based off of the lowest actual buy box price. Now, so for this one, $18.75 we can buy it for, and it's on sale, so we know that this is a good price to get it for. The Keep It chart is pretty stable, and it looks like the sellers are starting to drop off. So this could be a win right here. We'll move on to the next item. So this is the barbecue crisp. There's 5 pouches in each. They're $5.99 each. Not going to be good. Move on to the next item. Oh, here we go. What do we got here? 5,000 mcg, 240 soft shells. This is 120. So this is $9.88 buy cost, $9.84 payout. Looks like the price has really started to drop here, so we're going to have to move on from this one too. Let's try one more Keels product. 43 bucks, 29. This is only going to be good if there's a massive discount, which there's not, so move on from here. With this, the key is you're going to be put in front of a ton of different listings, and the idea is you want to look through and basically cross them off if they're not good as quickly as possible. Obviously, you could miss some gems if you're moving too quickly. This is a meltable, so we're going to move on. But in general, you're going to want to get through as many listings as you can in as fast as amount possible, because what this method is the fastest sourcing method for online arbitrage. Not the most valuable, it's the fastest. So if we're spending too much time on each listing, we're not really accomplishing what we need to here. So that's one page. We're going to actually move on from that original seller, and we'll try out that second seller that we looked at. But I'm not too excited about it because I have a feeling that these guys were just on like a kind of a crappy listing. Also, probably don't want to sell Stanley Cups. You're probably late to the party at this point trying to find them, but you might be able to make some money on some straggler listing if you can find a sale. This was a product that we sold so long ago. I remember selling these lifesavers like last year. They move like crazy. It's like funny too, because that's like a lot of popular TikTok videos are about this lifesaver. 378. Move on. Prime. I don't really like selling Prime because I feel like it's a hype product again that I don't really want to get stuck with at the end of it, but for you, those of you that are selling it, you know, get in and get out for sure, knowing. Same thing with the Stanley Cups. If you know that these items are gonna tank, so just get in, get out, and move on. Now this is a Lowe's Stanley Cup. 30 ounce for 35 bucks. Oh no, this is the tie-dye one. I'm gonna say for sure that these are only good when they're in stock, and this will die. So I'm not going to go too deep with it, but we will look to see if we can find anything. And let's just try, see if we reverse source this. What color do we got? Color rose quartz. What other colors do they have here? Cream, fog, charcoal, black. So I mean, this at 45 bucks is not bad. It's not a great rank, but that's because the price is just too high, it looks like. This probably isn't the best Stanley Cup listing to be on, but this one is. Oh no, this is suppressed now. Yeah, guys, this is why I don't really like items like this. But, I mean, there is some money in this one, per se. Buying it at 45, there's going to be some sales tax, but just like there is a $15 profit. We're going to X these out because this is not the type of flip I like. I wouldn't recommend hopping on all these hype product ideas. So we have here this coffee syrup. Let's see if we can find it and for what price. It looks like $4.99, $4.92. Small and light. It's going to be like not profitable. This is a stable keep a chart, but it's really just not a good price point. Like this is a good keep a chart because the price doesn't really vary, but you got to find this from somewhere else for a good price in order to make this work. We're going to move on. Let's try and find one more item. This Dixie, $27. Nope, we can't find that. This is going to be too cheap. So we're going to look through and see if we can find this Alafia anywhere. And it looks like it's $13 on Vitacost. We need a $6 payout, so this might not really be a good fit. We're not even close. $24.99, so that's 12 bucks. We're going to move on from this one too. So the nice part about reverse sourcing is that we went through that one seller, we went through 2 pages, we went through the other seller. But if you remember, we started on that first listing and went through 2 sellers. There's a bunch of other sellers on that listing. But what I like to do is once I find one, I'm going to switch through and go through the sellers on that one. You could infinitely get stuck in going through these items for hours and hours and hours on end. And if you go, the deeper you go, the better items you're going to find. We'll open up one more seller for the sake of this video and see what we can find. Scrub Daddies are pretty good if you can find them. Lululemon could also be good. However, I don't really sell that in that category anymore, so I'm not going to, you know, show you guys too, because that's not something I do. And then we'll open up like one more item. Let's see, Scrub Daddy. Most likely we're probably not going to be able to flip this. $13.98 on Walmart. I know for a fact that, yeah, we need this for $7. So, oh, look, so this was $5.99 on Scrub Daddy. If you could buy it there, it's out of stock right now. Oh, look, $4.99 on the kitchen. $5.99, so that's not good, and it's out of stock. So we'll move on here from the Scrub Daddy. Let's see if we can make some money with the CeraVe. CeraVe tends to be really hard because it's super competitive and usually pretty expensive, but sometimes you can make a good flip. This one like is okay, $6.90. We could buy it for $7.66. So it's only an 11% ROI, but I do have a prep fee built in here and a shipping fee. So this does factor that into account. So it's not something that's like awful in terms of you could prep it and ship it quickly. It's just not a great margin. But this is another item where I would leave this up while I'm doing my reverse sourcing. So that way when I get stuck, I can come back to this listing and find more people to reverse source off of and infinitely get stuck in this search.
You a genius.
So we'll just finish these two out. We have this one. This is a 120 count. So I always search them without doing the pack of two because I don't want the bundles. I know that people are putting these together. Except this is from Sam's Club at $9.98. Nope, that's not a good price. $6.64 for one on Walmart. No. $7.99. Nope. So we're going to have to move on here. Sure, too. This one kind of sucks, too, because the price goes up and down so heavy. We'll go for one more. It's Faded Topicals, 50 milliliter. See what we can find here. This could be good. $18. I don't know if that's the right price, right item. Probably that 38, but this is selling for 41, so that's a pretty good flip right here. 15 milliliter travel size. What size is this? Is 50 milliliters, so 15 milliliters not going to work. Now this 50 milliliter, $38 buy cost. Faded serum, brightening and cleaning serum, let's go. And look here. You could buy this for 38. I mean, it pays out 41, so it's not great, but it is profitable, and it does sell a lot. So, I mean, if you could price this a little bit higher, you could make some money, but it's not a bad item. And then, like I said, we found a lot of sellers in here where out of all of these 3 listings, you can then go through all of the 10, 15, 20 sellers that are on there, go through all of their items, and then find a ton of items through there. So although we didn't find the greatest stuff inside of this search, we did find a lot of different places to then go and search into, and that's what you're going to want to do with this method, is to go deep and go dark and find a ton of stuff that nobody's really looking at and go through pages and pages and pages of sellers on different listings, build that search up, and continue to find really good items until you find one. With this method, it's the best way to find a lot of items in the shortest amount of time, and definitely the fastest place and the fastest way to find online arbitrage items to sell on Amazon.com. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reverse sourcing video about the fastest way to find profitable items for online arbitrage in 2023, and thank you for your business.